One of the really additional key aspects of the vision for space exploration is the providing opportunities for international partnerships. We're not going to maintain basically the moon as the first step in our settling the solar system without being truly international. Clearly, there's a lot of money that's required, a lot of efforts, and I would think that the private sector developments, particularly that might provide fundamental utilities, is a good candidate for an early international effort. Moreover, of course, if it's fully privately funded, we don't get into a lot of the same issues you do about whose launch vehicle and what a lot of the legal niceties that tend to hamper some government cooperations. So I'm very optimistic that the international aspect, particularly as it relates to private sector development of the moon, could be very, very promising. Young people are the key to making space exploration work and to really achieve the objectives and the promise that has been set out. But it's important to understand that space is hard. Working on the frontier is hard and it can be dangerous. It requires a commitment, and it requires a willingness to work hard at science and technology above all else. So I think the first thing that people need to understand as they go into these areas is that everything worth doing, and clearly expanding in the solar system is one of the most fundamental things worth doing, is going to require a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment, but the rewards one achieves are really worth it. I think probably the greatest thing in my life is when a mission that you've been involved with launches, or new data comes in, or something new is done. That's worth all of that sweat and tears. So you're in for a hard career, but the rewards are very much worth it. To students and young people everywhere, everything is possible. I got into space largely because I wanted to go to the moon. I haven't been there yet, other than virtually with the Clementine probe, and the future is unlimited. And it's the moon is obviously the first really significant step. A little over a decade from now, I think we're going to begin to see permanent occupation off the planet. So I can't imagine a more exciting time to be alive. A key aspect of any exploration program is to do as much as you can on Earth and as affordably as possible. Analogs, lunar analogs, could be a very, very key part of that, and we're just beginning to look at that. But they've been used very successfully for Mars studies, and I think they could be used even more successfully for lunar studies. Reminding everyone, in Apollo there was significant analog activity. I would see that there's possibilities in many different areas. One that we at NASA have actually begun to look at is the use of some of the volcanic regions near Mauna Kea on the Big Island of Hawaii. There's a perfect place to do a lot of analogs. One of the possibilities there is to look at using the volcanic ash, which has a lot of similarities to lunar regolith, to look at in-situ resource utilization. So I see a lot of very interesting possibilities of analogs as being a low-cost and very significant way to do real lunar exploration here in the next few years.